Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing something, honestly, pretty liberating. We are going to strip away all the usual complexities of English and examine it straight from first principles. So, if you've ever felt totally bogged down by convoluted grammar rules, just leave that at the door. We are rebuilding this language completely from the ground up.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the root of all languages, explore letters and English sounds, look at why words absolutely must have meaning, see how sentences function as our communication engine, and finally, wrap up with mastering the English language.
Section 1. The root of all languages, where communication begins.
So, what is English actually made of? I mean, really think about it for a second. When you hear a foreign language, whether it's Spanish, Chinese, or anything else you don't speak, it just sounds like noise, right? And that's because every language on Earth, at its very core, is literally just sound coming from our mouths. Before grammar, well, actually before spelling too, English is fundamentally just sound. And those sounds are the raw materials we're prepping for our ultimate goal, which is the sentence. Now, the English language has precisely 26 distinct foundational sounds that we've identified and turned into letters. Just 26. To put that into perspective, think about the millions of books and the infinite number of conversations throughout all of human history. Every single one of them is built from this incredibly simple, totally manageable collection of just 26 building blocks.
What's really cool is how these basic sounds can react together. It's almost like a chemical formula to create entirely new sounds. Letters don't always fly solo, they partner up. So a C joining an H creates a brand new sound, ch. S and H become sh. A T and an H lock together to become th, like in the word thank. Our 26 basic blocks combine seamlessly to give us the exact phonetic range we need to fully express whatever is in our heads.
Section 2. Letters, the English sounds.
We actually divide these building blocks into vowels and consonants based entirely on how our bodies physically produce them. The 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, and U, are raw sounds produced directly from your throat. Actually, try it out right now. Say A, E, I, O, U. Notice how your lips and tongue barely move? The air just flows freely. But the remaining 21 consonants require your lips, your teeth, and your mouth to really do the heavy lifting to shape that air. You physically cannot say B or P without closing your lips. So every nuanced thought we communicate literally starts with this physical shaping of air.
Section 3. Words must have meaning.
Now, you can't just toss letters into a blender and hope for the best. Just throwing them together isn't enough. If we group BAT, doesn't make sense. Yes, it represents a real object, a bat, so it's a word. But if we randomly group PTRN, it's total gibberish. It is absolutely not a word. The golden rule here is that without sense or meaning, letters are just useless noise. A word only truly becomes a word when it is armed with a specific meaning to aid our communication. And you know, it is absolutely fascinating when you realize that a single, standalone letter can hold the immense weight of a full word. A solitary letter like I can represent an entire human being, along with all their complex thoughts, their emotions, everything. It really puts into perspective how powerful these little sound blocks are when we give them a distinct purpose in our communication engine.
Section 4. Sentences, the communication engine. And this is exactly where we see how sentence construction creates effective communication.
Because a sentence isn't just some random pile of vocabulary, right? It is a meticulously constructed vehicle designed to deliver your exact thoughts. The entire purpose of language, the whole shebang, is to get a thought out of your head and successfully transplant it into someone else's. If the sentence doesn't transfer that idea clearly, it fails entirely at its one job. Take a phrase like, he is Rakesh. Boom, idea perfectly transferred. You immediately know exactly what I'm trying to say. But consider, man, you English are. Even though those are all real, valid English words, their specific order breaks that golden rule of meaning we talked about. Effective communication relies entirely on how you construct and sequentially order your words to create sense. Without that structured sense, you're right back to just making random noise.
Section 5. Mastering the English language.
Look at how beautifully simple this logical loop actually is. You start with a sound. Then you map it to a letter. Next, you group those letters into a meaningful word. After that, you construct those words into a logical sentence. And suddenly, wow, you have a whole language. This vast, seemingly complicated universe of the English language is really nothing more than this simple 5-step loop repeating itself over and over again. So, whether you're a beginner just starting out today or a Pulitzer Prize-winning author, everyone is just doing the same thing, connecting sentences. Every great book,
every daily newspaper, every powerful historical speech. They are literally just individual sentences intricately linked together. If you can build one good sentence, I promise you you can conquer English. By simply stacking the right blocks in the right order, you completely eliminate the fear of grammar.
So, the fear, it's gone. The foundations are laid and the building blocks are firmly in your hands. You now know exactly how sentence construction creates effective communication. The only question left is, what world-changing idea will you choose to build next?